welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Niners, coming up next.
After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, it's a battle for one team to join the greatest to ever play the game, between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. From up in the booth, Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you for this contest, and pretty obvious what this one is framed around, right, partner?
What do you think, the two quarterbacks?
There you go. The football world has descended upon New Orleans, and Super Bowl 59 is underway. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy proved that his rookie year was no fluke. 31 touchdowns will do that. But what I loved was the efficiency, the rating, and not just me, it's what Kyle Shanahan, and just listen to those 49ers teammates talk about Brock Purdy. Sure, he threw for almost 4,300 yards, but just at every turn, on every stage, this guy delivers. In fact, he became only the 8th quarterback to take a team to a Super Bowl in their 2nd season in the history of this league. Can't wait to watch Brock Purdy continue to take more and more steps with this invaluable experience he's gained as a young player.
It's a 31-yard play, and it brings up a San Francisco first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Got it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack him today.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Another run for Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They'll run now on second down. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on third. A tight end in motion now. They'll throw on third and long. That's caught for the first. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Tight end in motion right. Jackson throwing here. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. They're going play action. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. That's Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Purdy. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours. See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
2nd and 10 now. He's going to push one deep down the right. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Purdy throwing here. Rifles it, and it's caught. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fields this one at the 20. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a short gain. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Jackson to throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. They motion the slot man right. And he's brought down for a loss. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that makes it 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They've got 1st down from the 31. Purdy looking to throw. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Purdy to throw it. Got a man, coverage lost him, complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a 49er 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. There were chances to make up for it.
And they make the tackle at the 28. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. He's got his man, complete. And got his man, that's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Kickoff taken at the 3. And that's where they'll begin the drive following the return. Baltimore running its offense out now. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. Motioning the tight end now. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Mitchell up the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
They go play action on 1st. Connects with Bateman. And they get this down. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he takes this down to around the 39 before he stopped. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They send a tight end in motion. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got it, room to run. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Looking to throw, Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Slot man in motion left. Going ground on 1st and goal. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. That one right down the middle. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And after some momentum was wrestled away by that last touchdown drive, Brock, the pressure is on them to respond here. Play action on 1st down. He's got it over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now it's Purdy. Throw complete to Juszczyk. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Purdy. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the big play drives. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. To the left sideline, complete.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Toward Kittle, but it's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. But same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick 6. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Brought in by Ayuk. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And he'll find the space he needs to get this up to the 25-yard line. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that sets up 2nd and 5. Now it's Lamar. He's got Andrews. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. So a crazy 1st half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. It's the Ravens with a 1st and 10. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Aguilar, the receiver, in motion right. Here's Lamar. That's taken in by Henry. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now here's Lamar. No hesitation, and that one's caught. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. Tucker on for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers on offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Got a man over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. San Francisco calls it second timeout. He'll throw it yet again. That one's incomplete over the middle.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10 now. That one's incomplete. Couldn't connect.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. So that brings up 4th and long. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Lamar back to throw. Gets this to Bateman. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And this one does not go far. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 41. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Jackson throwing here. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. They are throwing it again. Andrews with the catch. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Ravens calling on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot before halftime. He can't connect with him. Incomplete. Just put it a little too close to the boundary there. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now,
and you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. They'll run here on 1st down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Running once more with Henry. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Here's Jackson to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop with the 46-yard line. They got 24 yards.
If you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs, it's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Option give here. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. He's got it, room to run. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Rifles it, and it's caught. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And they bring him down around the 34. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 27. Complete to Pearsall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. On the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the Ravens. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy possession, Brock. So some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll get it up to the 27. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Jackson looking to throw. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Receiver in motion, headed right. Now it's Lamar. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And the 49ers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble. Others find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. A tight end in motion now. They go play action on first. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They bring a tight end in motion right. Now here's Lamar. Completed to Flowers. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Option design here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finding Flowers. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. They send a tight end in motion. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Purdy. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here's Purdy to throw. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. They'll send out the punting unit. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Their offense running back out now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They send a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 10 now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Fielded at the 26. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Play action on 1st down. Open receiver, caught. And it's a touchdown. He made the catch and took it the rest of the way. The 49ers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. He's throwing for it. And he gets into the end zone. That is exactly why they went for 2 right there, Brock. It's back down to a 1-possession game. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Here comes their offense out again. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Bateman hauls it in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Lamar. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lamar back to throw. Connects with Bateman. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Connection on the slant. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. 24. Throw caught at the 6. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens lead by 14. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Purdy throwing here. He beams one deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. So it'll be 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And that catch is made down the right sideline. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And now they face 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. He's going to keep it this time. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The 49ers slash the lead down to 9. That one right down the middle. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Jackson looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Aguilar, the receiver in motion right. Out of the gun, Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for second down. Now it's Lamar. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now here's Lamar. Got a man open, complete. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. And he's brought down for a loss. Ravens calling on Justin Tucker for the field goal. Only a 20-yarder here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
The home teams and Brandon Ayuk running onto the field. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Purdy to throw it. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Complete to Pearsall. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. 3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Still sticking with the passing game. That finds Ayuk complete. And give him 6 on the run as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. To throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Now to throw. That throw finds Kittle. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers lower the deficit to a single possession. Throwing now. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's tackled with a first down yardage. Here he is to throw. Finding Pearson. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. Here he is to throw. And guys, man, that's a sip. Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. All right, Brock, so 6 points hinge on whether he secured that football without it hitting the ground.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. Most defensive-minded head coaches, when there's a score, it's this challenge.
No change to the call on the field. That play's going to remain a touchdown. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The offense getting set to go. Setting up to pass. Finding Flowers. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. He'll look to throw it. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. He'll throw it yet again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And for all the talk we heard from every team at the start of the season, Brock, they're the ones, these guys right here, who fought all the way to this point and are now champions forever.
What a storybook season. You know, at times it even seemed like it's ripped right from a movie. The way the pieces fell into place along the way, all of it led to these final 4 quarters of football in this moment that they will never forget. I know not a one of them out there could